Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. I decided that I probably wouldn't be able to do an intro with like my makeup done because I'm about to cover my mouth, which means no snacks for a really long time. I'm not ready for that. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do like a mouth thing. I haven't really got like a reference photo or anything like that, but a friend of mine tagged me in this amazing girl's like work on Facebook, and she had like sewn her whole mouth together and it looked incredible. So I was like, right, I'm gonna give that a go. I can't remember what her name is off the top of my head right now, but I will link it down below. And yeah, and all I've done so far is just put makeup all over my face. I've done my makeup like normal, however I've used a thick TV paint stick. This is like a crayon, I don't know, but I'll link it down below. You don't have to use that, you can just use like a normal like face makeup one, anything really. I just use this because it goes on really well on top of like any prosthetics or anything like that. Right, so let's jump into the non-snack eating mouth that I'm about to create. Just in case. Right, okay, so first of all I'm going to take my very large thing of liquid latex. You don't need to get one this big, I just got it because I'm hopefully going to do a few more liquid latex videos. You could use, actually no, you couldn't, like you could try and use scar wax for this, but personally if you're doing like a big open anything, I think that liquid latex is much better. Make sure you get one that is safe for your skin, because you can get industrial liquid latex and you do not want to put that anywhere near your face. So this is like a zombie one that I picked up in, a bit grubby, that I picked up in a like party shop kind of thing, or Halloween shop, or whatever the hell it is. So I am going to, I'm gonna put a little bit in this lid here. It stinks of stuff. Like it actually stinks of like, it's like a fish smell, it's gross. So I'm gonna use an old like beauty sponge that I've got lying around. A cosmetic sponge would be better, but I forgot to get them. So I'm gonna use this and I'm just gonna kind of looks like one of these like weird DIY videos that people do. Oh my god, it's so tight. Alright, I'm just taking normal loo roll and I'm going to start layering it. So pretty much you're just going to put a full layer of like, you pretty much like take your loo roll or tissues or whatever you want to use for that. Cotton wool also works really well if you want more like texture, but for this one I just want like a solid like cut because I want to sew into it. And you just like rip it apart like that, and then you just like layer it on, and you can see me doing that, but I'll leave anything there if I can't explain it because my mouth is going to be covered. So let's give this a go. Okay, so as you can see here, I am just layering that over the wet liquid latex and kind of just like blending in the edges and things like that. And then I'm just using a sponge, and then I decided sponge was shit, so I went in with a little lip brush and I just dipped it into the liquid latex and then kind of softened out the edges and then went in with the sponge again. And as you can see, I'm just repeating that process, and I think I repeated it maybe like 7 times, quite a few. It's like the 100 layers of liquid latex challenge. But yeah, I layered it quite a lot and just kept on doing the same thing. Sometimes I kind of, oh yeah, take a selfie, well done Lucy. Sometimes I like scrumpled up the tissue a little bit just to make it more textured. Cotton wool would have been better, but I couldn't find any and I looked a bit scary to be walking around the house. So I'm just using what I've got here and just layering and layering and layering and more layering. Oh, and another selfie. Alright, so here I've taken
another piece of tissue, but I've really scrumpled it up and kind of added it on to make it more textured and things like that. And now I'm just using the lip brush to kind of stick down any edges that aren't like glued onto the actual skin bit. So I'm just doing that and tidying up any edges just by pulling it. Some people cut it, but I think that if you just pull it off, it will just come off where the liquid latex kind of stops. And now that that's all on, I'm just going to sit back and let it dry. Just because it's got so many layers on it, it will probably take a little bit longer to dry. Now I'm just adding some of that stick foundation again, but I found that it was quite hard to go on over the top because it was kind of tugging away at it. So I recommend using a more liquidy one. Here I'm using MAC Face and Body, which is a lot darker than I wanted to use, but I couldn't find my lighter one, so that's the one that we've got now. And I kind of mixed in a bit of the L'Oreal Infallible, and that's in the shade Honey. And I'm just going to pat it all in to make sure it's all like seamless. And yeah, oh, I dropped it. And then just because it was a little bit darker, I'm just kind of bringing it down my neck just to try and make it blend a little bit more. And I'm adding in a really light Ben Nye concealer, just again to be fair, like it gives it more like texture and things like that, but I'm just trying to add this everywhere and just blending it in. And I managed to get it on my top, so that was a bonus, and I didn't sort that out for the whole video. This is a very, very messy process. I'm just using tweezers here just because I didn't want to go in and cut it because I was a bit scared.
Okay. Oh, this is just so stupid. This is the stupidest thing I've ever done in my whole entire life. I can't even look at myself at the moment. I just look ridiculous. Right. I was going to use a Ben Nye colour wheel. However, they're not accessible for like everyone. You have to order them off Amazon or off a specialist makeup store. It's a lot easier just to go in and get like kids face paints. So that is exactly what I did. There used to be a white in here, but the white's no longer. So all you really need is a blue, a red and a yellow. Yellow is really important and you'll see why in a minute. So I'm taking this little set thing from Mehron. I'm gonna take a slightly bigger brush and dip into that blue. Actually, this is a bit too light. Okay, I'm just gonna go in with red. I'm gonna mix the red with the yellow and the blue just in the thing, just to get this deeper tone. And I want like the flappy bit to be more purple, just because obviously it's like dead flapping skin, so it's going to be very bad. I look absolutely terrifying. I'm so sorry. Right, so now I've kind of just shaded in and I've given myself like a little, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm drooling, but I'm not. This is the most uncomfortable thing I've ever done in my whole entire life. Like, honestly, if you decide to do this, you will not be kissing anyone on Halloween. I'm just putting it out there. So my camera died and I've just been sitting here for the last like 30 minutes, like literally like this. Right, I've got a needle and thread here. Got a needle and thread here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to start sewing up this bit. It's so weird because I think it's going through my actual skin. Ow. That was my actual skin.